Hey everybody, welcome back to the Deep Fog. I know this is a little bit different, I'm probably not used to seeing me, but I thought it'd be cool to kind of mix it up for this video, especially where this is probably going to be a shorter video, just to see if you guys like this style of me being on the screen, or if you don't, hey, it's whatever. But anyway, today we're here to talk about Silent Hill F. Yeah, so I finally beat it. Took me quite a bit, a lot longer than 2, but that's because I was like unbelievably excited for 2, and 2 is just one of my favorite games of all time, in case you couldn't tell. But contrary to my original video about Silent Hill F, I actually think I just have a lot of opinions and I want to talk about them, completely unscripted of course. So to go ahead and begin, Silent Hill F is an incredible psychological horror game. This game is just so good. It is fantastic, and luckily I was correct about that. Silent Hill F is undeniably a fantastic horror game, and probably one of my favorites I've ever played. I think story-wise, it really did a lot of interesting things, and the way it uses Japanese folklore, all of these Japanese traditions, and using them in this very horrific way is such a like surreal type of horror that, especially in America, we're not as used to seeing that type of horror. And I think this is a really good representation of how those traditions can be seen through a different lens to be very scary, very creepy. Like, why are we doing this? Like, this is all just so crazy. And just going along with it. It did take a minute to grow on me. I won't lie, the beginning half of the game was a little slow for me personally, just because I kind of struggled to get into it at first. It was very slow getting into really the more crazier aspects of the story, and that's okay. But I won't lie, at the beginning I was pretty skeptical. I was starting to worry I wasn't going to like it all that much, which is nothing wrong with that, of course. Every story takes its time to build. It was just a personal thing for me. But where this game really shines is monster design. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. These designs are so good. Some of the best in the series, I would argue. Incredible. It's been a while since I played a horror game where I'm genuinely scared of the monsters. Obviously, like every Silent Hill game, you get used to them towards the end, but in the beginning half of this game, goddamn, I was scared to run into any of these monsters. They are just so frightening. Specifically, a standout was the pregnant beast creature. Like, what the hell? They did a good job keeping that out of like marketing and stuff, because when I saw that in the game, I was like, what the actual shit? And the fog monster design as well is very, very good. I was worried that this game was not going to find a really different concept to go for that other Silent Hills hadn't done already, because I was just a little nervous about the direction it was going to take, but luckily it took a good one. The theme of like marriage and forced marriage, and the feeling of like losing yourself to it, being unable to live your own life, and like losing yourself to something that you didn't even want to do, is such a good theme, and I really like the way it was presented here. The way they visually show her just killing her friends as a way of like having to, you know, going towards her new life and having to cut off everything from her old life, literally kill off her old self to get into this marriage. Such a good visual representation. So good. I love that this game focused so much on the psychological elements. It really had some like awesome moments that I just can't stop thinking about, really. However, we're gonna get into something that I spoke about in my previous Silent Hill video, about Silent Hill F, that I think I've changed my mind on a little bit. Silent Hill F did fantastic. Sales are up, doing really well. I'm very happy for it because it deserves it. It's an incredible game. However, I fear this is going to send a different signal to Konami and to future Silent Hill projects that I kind of, again, now this is entirely personal. This is entirely just my opinion on this. Not everyone's gonna agree, but in the first video I remember saying that it wasn't that big of a deal, that this doesn't take place in Silent Hill or have anything to do with Silent Hill, but that was under the false pretense and kind of a hope that this game would have some slight connection to Silent Hill in some way, perhaps be some sort of prequel thing, perhaps an explanation of how Silent Hill transfers, and we don't get any of that. All in all, again, I love that Silent Hill as a franchise is setting up for these amazing psychological stories like Silent Hill F. We would not have Silent Hill F if Silent Hill as a franchise did not exist. And I think it's awesome that it got created, and I do hope that the future games follow in the footsteps of Silent Hill F by being very good psychological horror stories, because that's what I love. I love psychological horror. I just hope that this isn't the end of Silent Hill as we used to know it, because the problem now is I think going forward we are only going to be getting games like this. Honestly believe that aside from remakes of old games, we are not going back to Silent Hill. And if we are, it's not the way that I think a lot of fans, including myself, really want them to. And again, it's not even like that's the biggest deal ever. I mean, it sucks, but if we continue to get good games like this, it's really not a big deal. The point of no return is what I mean. I don't think we're ever going back to what Silent Hill used to be. As I actually thought Townfall was going to be taking place, but apparently Townfall is also its own thing. Townfall is completely separate from Silent Hill. It takes place in like a different town with like a beach or something. But again, it's okay, because also I do like that this series is now setting up to be a very creative outlet for people who want to tell these stories, and franchises allow for that, even if technically Silent Hill F really has nothing to do with Silent Hill. I mean, let's all just be honest here. It's completely its own thing, and that's okay. That's okay. This is not to say I dislike the game, not to say it's a bad game. Overall, thought this was a really fantastic direction for the franchise. Incredible game, voice acting, the music, all of it. Great game, and thanks Konami for finally locking in and giving us some good Silent Hills. Very excited for Silent Hill 1 Remake, very excited for Townfall. I think this franchise has a lot ahead of it, a lot of good stuff going for it, and yeah, I think that's pretty much about all I have to say. Not much different than probably what everyone else is saying. It's a good game. You're lying if you're saying it's not a good game. I understand people are probably frustrated about it being so different from other Silent Hills, but look at it as a good thing. Oh. Hi, Munch. Camera. Say hi. Say hi, Munch. Munch. Say hi. She's weird. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Glad to be back. Hopefully, I'm going to be dropping some more videos soon. And that's about it.